Hi, my name is Joanne Hopkins. I am the Regional Head of Recruitment for Americas and Europe at Swansea University. So my role at the university is to really help as many US applicants as possible to find out about Swansea, to give them information about what they can study with us, and the whole application process and procedure. So for Swansea University, what's different about us this year is that we're celebrating our centenary. So we have been a university for 100 years. From July 2020. So it's a great year for us to be able to celebrate all of the wonderful things that we've been able to achieve in the past 100 years. And at Swansea, we have two campuses. So the Singleton campus, which houses the creative arts and humanities, the College of Science with computer science, things like psychology and creative writing. And then we have our Muir Bay campus, which houses our College of Engineering, computer science, business management, and economics. And Swansea, one of the unique things about us is that both of our campuses are right on the waterfront. So we are in a beautiful part of South Wales where we have at Singleton campus, we have Singleton Park wrapped all the way behind the campus, and across the road is the beach. The way we work it is we try to make sure that students don't have to travel between the campuses for class, but they can travel between the campuses for social gatherings, for sports, to meet up with friends if they wish.
I do want to circle back a little bit. If you can tell me a little bit about your campus size, your class size, your location in Wales and compared to the rest of the UK, just a general FAQ of Swansea.
Yeah, so Swansea is located along the south coast of Wales. So if you look at the south coast of Wales, we're right in the middle. So by train, we're 1 hour from Cardiff and 3 hours from London. So really easy to get to. And for the campus size, so between our two campuses, we have just over 17,000 students. And it's split, there's around 10,000 on the Singleton campus. So that's the campus with the School of Medicine, Arts and Humanities and the Sciences, and then on the Bay campus there's around 7,000 students, and that's all of the engineering, business management and computer science students. So that's kind of the split. We have for all of our different classes, there's a real mix of the larger lecture series, the smaller tutorials, the group sizes. So for any academic program that students study, where there are joint courses that they can study with students from other programs, then it would be a limited number of the larger kind of lecture theatres with 150 students. But the majority of classes are taught in sizes between 20 and 30. So it is a combination of larger lectures and smaller tutorials, but very much a very friendly and welcoming feel. And it's one thing that Swansea is renowned for.
And there's such an interesting feel on the Swansea campus. There's a beautiful park right next to a completely Hogwarts-looking center, next to a completely modern scientific, there's such a lovely mix. And then the Bay campus, I was blown away when I first visited because it felt like an American campus.
Because of the links that we have with the Texas partnership. So there's a lot of inspiration from the American kind of new buildings and the campus feel and the clock tower in the middle and all of the dorms. But for the Bay campus specifically, there's an awful lot of research funding that has gone into making sure that students have access to employability and to seeing what is being done in the real world at the same time. So there's a real integration of both the university feel and community, but also the employers and the research that goes in for all of the big tech companies as well. So the Bay campus is a really unique feel.
In general, Swansea is known for quite a few subject areas. Are there any you want to highlight here?
Yeah, so one of the subject areas, so we'll talk about engineering later, but there's also computer science, which comes with a lot of accolades and is really focused on progressing students to cybersecurity. We do a lot of work as well with the likes of Google. We work heavily with the defense services as well, just to try and heighten security. But then on our Singleton campus, the arts and humanities are really popular, along with psychology and particularly marine biology and zoology.
Also, I know you have quite a few partnerships in the United States for research in medicine, don't you? So there's some excellent opportunities with healthcare studies and medical science as well.
Completely. So we have the 7 colleges overall at the university. So there's quite a wide range of different programs. But within our School of Medicine, we have, it's very similar to the US system where it's like a pre-med course and then the graduate entry medicine program, which students would join after having completed a bachelor's degree. And for the bachelor's degrees in our School of Medicine, that students study for 3 years, something like applied medical sciences or genetics. And as part of their second year summer opportunities, they can go to our partners Texas A&M University to do a summer internship there. And it just helps to see 2 different healthcare systems and work through the 2 sets of differences and also similarities, and just to really help inform learning as well. Allowing our students to have an international experience is really a part of everything that we do at Swansea. So we have a really strong exchange and study abroad office as well. So for students who come to join us for a bachelor's degree, so for example, if a student came to do a bachelor's degree in English and creative writing, that they could end up spending a year studying in France if that was of interest to them, or they could spend a year studying in another European, in North America, or we even have partnerships in East Asia as well. So students have the opportunity to really add more to their CV than just the degree.
So yeah, my name's Adam and I head up admissions and student recruitment for our engineering programs at Swansea University. We're joined today by 2 students and a senior lecturer from our aerospace engineering program. So we begin with you, Gabby, if you'd like to introduce yourself first of all.
Hi, I'm Gabby. I'm a master's student at Swansea University in engineering, and I did my undergrad in aerospace at the university.
Cool. And we got Josh.
Hi there, I'm Josh. I'm a 3rd year aerospace engineering student on the master's course, and I've also done a year in industry placement on top of that.
And Dr. Spencer Jeffs.
So I'm a senior lecturer in the College of Engineering at Swansea, and I actually took this course 12 years ago and have stayed around ever since, and now act as the admissions tutor as well, working alongside Adam and the guys you see today.
Swansea University's engineering department has got 7 subject portfolios: aerospace engineering, chemical engineering, civil engineering, electronic and electrical engineering, materials engineering, mechanical engineering, and medical engineering. The university was founded 100 years ago at the behest of local industry to provide top-class graduates to go out and work in the field, and also to investigate the scientific principles associated with, at that time, was a lot of materials industry in the UK. And that's still very much part of our DNA. Everything that we do is influenced by the needs of industry and producing top quality graduates to go on and be successful in the world of work. In terms of engineering, how much practical work is associated with it? And does that change year on year?
When you come to university for 1st year, you kind of have to learn your fundamental knowledge before you do quite a lot of practicals. I'd say if you were to ratio it, you'd get about 70 to 30 lectures, 70 being lectures and 30 being practical. That's just so you can gain the knowledge, the core fundamentals like analysis, structural mechanics. When you develop and go through the years into your course, that will change and switch from being less theoretical to more practical. You'll start doing more practicals later on. In your last year, you've got a massive dissertation that's can be very heavy practical based if you choose to. So yeah, it transitions as you go through, but you'll have quite a lot of theory at the beginning, and then at the end, it's more about applying the knowledge you've learned from your first couple of years.
And what sort of design work and design projects are involved within aerospace engineering?
So in your first year, you do something called the glider project, where you get into a group and you design a glider from start to finish, and you go and fly it on the beach. It's really cool. In 2nd year, you reverse engineering a previously designed plane, but you want to chop off the tail and the wings and you redo them. And then in third year, you create an entire aircraft from scratch. So I did a vertically takeoff and landing biplane, which is the older style plane, so they've got 2 wings on top. We did that from scratch. We got that to run in the flight simulator. We got that tested. We built it with the little motors and everything going on. And we tested that on the beach as well. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's always a good fun on the beach, that testing day, and you can see just how long or how little our fabricated planes will stay in the air. So those are the key areas that are particularly pertinent at Swansea University, but in the UK education sector as a whole. It's industrial links and collaborations, it's research quality, and it's the quality of teaching.
Welsh universities in general have had a very large focus on allowing all students to have some form of work experience as part of their studies. And so this has many different forms. So for some students, this could be a 2-week work experience that they will do as part of perhaps a summer program, or if they have an Easter vacation. For other students, they'll build it in that over the course of a year, they will go to one particular employer every week for experience. And then the other kind of real added value experience is the ability to build in what's called a sandwich year in the UK. So students would study for 2 years, effectively take a break from study to go and work in the real world for a year, and then come back for their final year. And resoundingly, across all of the Welsh institutions, the students who take the opportunity to do a year in industry and make it that extra year, that when they return for their final year of study, they get the top grades.
And I know with that work experience and the training and support that the Welsh universities give alongside, the employability of students afterwards, either to stay in the UK and work on the post-study work visa or return to the US and find work, is quite high. Do you have any details on that you can share?
Yeah, so amongst all of the Welsh universities, the percentages are in the 90s. And so for all of the Welsh universities, for undergraduate students who are in further study or work within 6 months of graduation, over 90% across all of the Welsh universities, they're doing it. They're able to either decide for sure what they want to do at graduate level and go straight into it, or they're able to put the skills that they've learned into good use and get those jobs straight away. And that for a lot of the year in industry opportunities, that the opportunities are not just UK or Swansea based, but it could be with multinational companies as well. And that's what plays in really well for our international student community, that the students who take up that opportunity of doing a year in industry, that they can, even if they're UK based, but with a multinational firm, that it opens up the door for them to perhaps return home afterwards, because they've already know a little bit of the UK side of the operations, so they become invaluable to the US operations, or they do an internship in a different country and build their language skills. And that all of this helps to build their portfolio and their CV for when they graduate.
That's one of the things we just keep hearing about, that the students are coming back with an equal degree, so that's not really a concern when employers are looking at them. They're equal to a US degree. But they're coming back with work experience, international experience, independence, ability to manage their time, all of these things that come with an international degree that they learn while they're on a Welsh campus with the support and structure of their department. But they're able to bring that back. And we keep hearing how that international experience sets them apart. Like employers are looking at a stack of CVs in their applications, and then they've got this one that has this really interesting, different story. And that's just enough to kind of set them apart to maybe get the second interview or open the door a little bit wider. Well, I just want to thank Swansea University for joining us today. It was so helpful, such an insight. Thanks very much. If you have any more questions, you can visit studyinwales.ac.uk.